9, Alex Tufnell, Simon Wilkinson and Damien Lee. Row 10, Stuart Thurtle, Craig Jarman, Daryl Skins, Sean Hooper, Travis Rooker and Dan Mercer not setting a time. Neither have about 7 other riders. I can see that the number 62 of Sean Hooper is running out the grid. But we do have the green flag at the back then for what will be the final time in the Clothing Kings Thunderbike Sport and the Supertwins as well. Clutches in, click it into gear. Red lights are on, the revs rise, all eyes on those lights. Out they go. And look at Joe again.
Joe White rockets.
Start from the outside of that second row. He's in front of
straight to the lead.
Adam Jameson needs swamped them all. He's out in front. Adam Jameson looks to the inside, but it will be Joe White who takes the whole shot on that number 77 Suzuki out in front. Oliver Morgan Edwards, your pole position man. He's locked into second place as they go round Hollywood and Craners for the first time.
Adam Jameson being pushed back to 5th overall, but second in Thunderbike Sports.
11 points is your gap between Dowds and Brown. It's down in favour of Dowds, so really he's just going to finish the race, keep Brown inside, and he should be absolutely fine.
And Logan Stone's closing on the back of Adam Jameson coming into Starsky and Schwantz, so that could really put the cat amongst the pigeons.
Absolutely, yeah. We were talking about Charlie doing it earlier, and obviously Logan might well do. He feels confident in the wet then, does he, Logan?
He does indeed, yeah. It's going to be very interesting.
Well, I think a few people need to read the rules about the rain lights. Yeah. Maybe the collecting area needs to have a word with someone.
I don't think Sean Watts is in here, so if Logan wins, I believe that he takes 3rd place in the championship.
Ooh.
Okay.
So he's definitely got some pressure on there. He's only got one aim to do.
There's 23 points between them, so Sean will out there and he wins.
We need to win, yeah.
He gets 3rd, which is he really desperately wants that.
Well, right at the run towards Coppice then, and it is the number 77 of Joe White who comes into this one on the back foot behind Adam Jameson in terms of the championship, but he's leading the way at the moment as they come in towards the Robert Chicane at the end of lap number 1 of 10. Of course, they a 10-lap race for these guys. There's Joe, and then it's Oliver Morgan Edwards. Adam Jameson's up in 3rd position overall now. That is, of course, 2nd in the class, but it is Joe White from Oliver Morgan Edwards, Adam Jameson, and there's Logan Stone. I can see you looking around the circuit there, Matt. Logan Stone, he comes across the line 3rd in class, 7th position overall. He has 3 Supertwins in front of him. It's Ben Brown in 2nd and Del Dowds in 4th.
He's got a lot to do.
Yeah, unfortunately, those Supertwins may well have an effect on his chances of scoring his 3rd win of the year. Must be well pleased to have won a couple of races so far, but it'd be nice to get the hat-trick up. But Joe White doing the only thing he can really do, punch ahead, just get to the lead and win yet another race. He's had a few wins this year, more than his rival Adam Jameson, so it ended up as a tie, which would be very unlikely. Then it would be in his favour, of course. But he's leading the way up towards the plains for the 2nd time of asking.
That's Adam in 3rd overall with the rain light, with the really bright rain light. Everyone can see Adam, yeah.
Well, dazzle your opposition, mate. Makes it harder to get past if they're blind, doesn't it? And of course, the thing is, Adam's, you know, he's a clever guy. He'll see Joe out there and he'll be going, oh, well, Joe's in the lead, but he'll know that Ollie Morgan Edwards in front of him is in a different class, of course. So he'll be going, well, as long as they keep Joe in sight, job's good at the end of the day.
No, it's not.
No, of course it's not, is it? No.
2 points.
No, you're right, you would. He beat him by 2 points. Yeah, you're right. So he actually needs to get his hurry. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. It's a 3-point gap. Thanks very much, Jeremy.
Exactly. And he's put in a good lead. Come on.
Yeah, Adam Jameson pulled back half a second on Joe White, but he does have Oliver Morgan Edwards in between himself and his championship rival.
Fastest man on the track, though, Jamison. Yeah, you're right, guys. Sorry, I forgot that. I'm thinking of the wrong championship permutation. It's always been 7 points, of course, all weekend until now. All right, he's doing everything he needs to do at the right moment. This is when he needs to do it. He needs to push on.
He's actually on his dry bike with wet tyres.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
feels more comfortable on it.
He's comfortable on his dry bike, and he said, no, do you know what? Let's set the dry bike up because I'm happy with what it let's just put wet tyres in there. He just softened it off with the suspension.
That's the way to do it.
Adam, strangely enough, I spoke to him earlier on, and I was talking about his tactics. And he said, oh, you know, this, that, and the other. I said, but what if the red flag comes in? Oh, I hadn't considered that.
Yeah. Okay, we were saying that Jamison's gone purple. He's gone purple, but only by 900ths of a second.
And
so
he's
actually,
got a Supertwin in front of him. That's
yeah.
the issue. Who is it in front of him?
It's Oliver
that's
Morgan
Oliver Morgan Edwards.
Who's
So
the pole sitter,
yes.
so he's not slow, is he?
No, not at all. Brown and Dowds are pretty much those tails, and that's looking good for Dowds at the moment. He's running in 3rd place. Brown is in 2nd place. Be another 4 points deficit, but he's got 11 to play with.
There's Terry Smith in front of Lee Smith, but I don't know what the points are for them to see who's going to win that battle. Have to look later on.
You'll have to get your fag packet out, work one out with yourself, I'm afraid, mate.
Looked like Adam Jameson trying to challenge Oliver Morgan Edwards there. It went in towards the Robert Chicane, but not quite close enough to pull it off. Oliver Morgan Edwards is using a little bit of the white line on the exit.
Oh, Jameson going to have a look at Edwards, is he? Smooth. Oh, Edwards for the cutback. No, can't quite do it. Right, okay.
The championship first and second on the circuit.
This is tense stuff. Fastest man in sector 2 was Joe White there, so he's certainly not giving up on this one. But again, only fractions of a second slower was Jamison, who's come across the line with the, and it's Counts there with the fastest lap race. He's gone ahead of Brown as well, so he's definitely trying to secure that championship in the finest possible way. So this is the battle then. It is Jamison and White. This is going to give us an excuse to get the voices right up to fever pitch, I think, as they go up towards Schwantz. Let's keep a close eye on those gaps there. Oh, it's a great shame for Andy, because he always enjoys the wet weather conditions, and I think he was well inside the top 15 there as well.
Really close to gap down on Joe White going up into Coppice.
His first sector times will be coming through very, very shortly. Joe's there, Adam is there as well, and it's come down by 0.3 of a second there as Del Downs goes purple in sector number 1. In fact, he's put 2 seconds in between himself and Ben Brown, but it's going to be all eyes on both top 2 in the Thunderbike Sports and the Supertwins.
Down the straight they come then, they're going to be under the brakes.
And Adam is really close with him. It's going to be interesting into Redgate between the pair of them.
Let's see what the gap comes down to, because the gap over the line last time was about 1.5 seconds. Well, let's call it a bike and a half length virtually. Here they come across the line. The battle is on. The fight is on. 0.233, less than 1/4 of a second between the two of them. Jamison having a look at his rival. He knows he's got to beat his rival. He can't afford to follow him home. There's no tactics here. It is whoever wins the race basically wins the championship, or whoever finishes in front of the other guy. Good. They called that one very nicely indeed. They must have seen the move by Adam. They knew it would be coming very quickly indeed. Though Adam's not the fastest man on the track. It's Del Downs there with a 25.5.
Into the old hairpin, so it's Adam Jameson leading now.
Okay.
Still got 6.5 laps to go there. So what we say, Joe White's in a good position here. You can just see where Adam may be a little bit stronger. Yeah. It's very much 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, isn't it?
Certainly is.
We go back to that red flag conundrum. Hopefully we won't see one. There's not too many bikes out there, and everybody who's out there at the moment is usually a pretty good racer, to be fair. It's the wimps that tend to go home very early. Let's have a look at the sector times as they click the timing beam out there. And yeah, Jamison now, that's interesting. Jamison's gone yellow, so but it's a green there for White. So definitely the fight is very much on as the 54 machine now leads.
Right, let's see what happens down the end of the back straight here. What's Joe White's mindset? Does he try and challenge his rival?
Yes, I think so. Very much straight away. Down the inside, Adam will go for the cutback, but I think that was a clean move by Joe White there. And they come powering out of the corner, and the Owen Jenner Memorial helmet there on top of Joe White's head. Over we go. Well, he didn't make too much of a mistake. Back marker to play with Jamison, looking for the outside pie. Wow, what a move. Fair play to Adam Jamison. That is a brave move. That is a real wake-up call for Joe White. I don't know if he's going to hold on to that. Does he hold on to it? Yeah.
Just got the lead, and he's got the advantage to go through the left of the bottom of the trainer curves and get it back over to the left-hand side of the circuit, ready for the old hairpin.
Oh, here we go, down the inside to Adam Jamison, and he pulls it round, hopefully, yes, holds on to it. Through Starkeys, goes a little bit wide though. I think Joe's going to fight back at Schwantz, surely. More back markers to play with as well, I think, coming up into the picture. We won't worry too much about them as Jamison leads as they go up towards Coppers. There's literally 2 bikes between the two of them as they come up towards the very fast blind right-hander there. That's the number 62 machine. I think they're catching very quickly indeed. We won't worry about them. Hopefully they'll catch him on the back straight and they'll have no part to play in this particular battle. We look towards the camera to see what we can see apart from a few raindrops on the sucker. See if we're going to see a braking duel. We do know that Joe was quiet and quicker there last time. Here we go, an inside pass by Joe, and Adam knows there's only one place you need to be leading a race, of course, and that's this very little white line out here. And this time it is Jenner, White once again with the Owen Jenner helmet on there, the bright green helmet. Jamison fights back. He knows he's got to lead him at the right place, and he's leading at the wrong place at the moment. There's no point in passing him to Redgate, only to see him overtake you into the rocket chicane. Maybe Adam's going to follow him round this time, and he'll have a go at the chicane. We'll wait and see. They're running out of laps. It's only going to be 3 left as they come across the line next time. No, 4 at the moment. Yeah, next time, I said. Next time, June.
1:25.242, and he went green and purple, whereas a purple and green for Jamison, so he lost 1/10 of a second.
Joe White moving through the old hairpin back into starting up to Schwantz.
will pick them up as they come back into our side on the exit of Starkey, then tip it into the left-hander. And there is Jamieson in second position. We can see that bright red rain light there for the number 54 yellow Yamaha R6 of the 2022 champion of Adam Jamieson, looking to take his second crown. But Joe White, this would be his first, and it is Joe White who leads as they go up into Coppice. But it is purple for Adam Jamieson. These guys are really pushing on.
Yeah, we're having a look at the camera there. We don't have any great HD stuff. Maybe we should zoom in on that, but we'll worry about that later as they come back towards us. Is Jamieson going to go for it? We know Joe is strong here. Is Adam going to keep his powder dry though? This time he can't challenge him, so it's going to be Joe leading without having to perform an overtaking move. But his rival is right behind him, pushing as hard as he dare. Over the line they come. They were separated by 0.25 of a second last time. That's a quarter of it. Over the line they go this time, and the gap is out of 0.4 of a second. Fastest man on the track, Joe White. And that's where you need to be. He's got to...
In my humble opinion, he's got to be leading down to that chicane. And
Yep.
he's got to have a big enough gap. Joe's good on the brakes and good through the chicane, so it's going to really come down.
No, the youngster is proving his mettle in the wet.
That's something he's never raced before. It's going to be a tough one to call. If he is leading down the back straight, where does he position the bike? If you go on the far left, then Joe's got the door open. If you go in the middle, then there's potential for him to come around the outside. But how do you call it?
It's going to be what to do with his pit bull. He's going to have to make a decision on that. If he says +0, he's got to go defensive because he can't let Adams come down the inside. He'll just block past him into it.
Leaders up, another back marker getting played. There's that Jamieson down the inside. That's the back marker he's playing with again. He's strong through there, through McLean's. Gets good drive going up towards Coppice. The gap is down to less than a bike length as they go up towards Coppice. Into the blind right-hander we go. The pair of them trip the timing beam out there. Pretty much identical times as they come towards us. It's only going to be 2 laps left as they come down. Time to get the voice right up to fever pitch. Down the straight they come. Another back marker as well, who well could come into play. Everybody looking at the screen there, all eyes on the screen. Any changes there? No, follow the leader. Jamieson, has he got a plan? Are they just pushing on? I think they're pushing on as hard as they can. I think they're just both pushing on. I think tactics are out the window, don't you, Matt? I think they're just pushing on as hard as they can, the pair of them, really. No, they both need to win the race. Yeah, absolutely. Will Jamieson plan the suicide squeeze? Oh, let's hope not. Simple mistake there. Down the bottom they go.
He's going to get him through. He's going to get around the outside for Joe. Adam's going to do it with him. Certainly is.
Yeah, both safely passed. Adam's going to have a look at the hairpin there. He does it. There we go. Old hairpin now. Is that a definitive move, or will he be able to hold on to it? As you say, he needs to be able to pull some time up. I think Adam is a little bit stronger through Schwantz up to McLean's. We'll wait and see. There goes the red light, very distinctive up there. They go up towards McLean's. The gap is 2-3 bike lengths. That's not a definitive race-winning gap by any stretch of the imagination, because we know how good Joe is onto the brakes. They're going to be coming up towards Coppice. The lights change as all of a sudden it is Adam Jamieson who takes the lead. Well, we're going to have a look at the screen and desperately worry about who's going to take the lead coming down the straight. We know how strong Joe is. Down the straight towards us. Or is he? Yes, they both squeeze the anchors, and Joe's strength plays into his hands once again very nicely indeed. Does he keep it on? Go very indeed. Separated over the line. Last lap time. This is it, folks. This is the championship decider. It's going down the last lap, the last race. Could go down to the last corner once again. Adam Jamieson right at the tail of his leaders. Joe White. They've got some more back markers to play with. They've got a huge pace these two. Into Hollywood they go. Down through Hollywood, they're into the Craner curves. They're going to have some back markers surely at some point to contend with. And once again, Adam's going to go for the squeeze. No, he can't quite find a way past. If anything, I think Adam's line might have been compromised slightly there by the back marker. So, who is that? Is that one of the leaders?
Towards Schwantz and McLean's there, looking and keeping an eye out on that red light there, and I'm not seeing it show up here. So it seems though that Adam Jamieson, unfortunately, may have dropped it down at the old hairpin, but Joe won't know that.
No, he won't. This will be interesting, won't it?
Oh, just hope Joe doesn't think he's going to push on too hard, make a silly mistake himself. The 54 machine doesn't timing beam there. What a huge shame for Adam Jamieson. So. He is pushing on as hard as he could. You've got to think maybe he would have been in with a good shout anyway. Here we go. It's a great shame it didn't go down to the last corner. That always makes it more impressive. Just waiting for Joe. He's coming down the straight now. He's into the rocket chicane. That's him. Is he going to know? He's going to know if he comes down to the corner. Yes, and Joe does it. Well done, Joe White there. A great win for the youngster there. Thunderbike Sport champion, comes down to the last lap of the tricky conditions. Adam Jameson left down there to lick his wounds. A great shame, but what a great comeback from the man who was our champion 3 years ago. So fantastic stuff from Joe White. Very happy. Lots of celebrations on the White family there. So brilliant stuff. Right, ladies and gentlemen, who else do we have? Supertwins. Del Dowds does indeed take second, which is enough to give him enough points for. So big cheer for Del Dowds. Well done, Del. Fantastic stuff there from you. Ben Brown doesn't finish. He finished third. It is Ollie Morgan Edwards who takes the win there. It will be Logan Stone in second after all that racing in the Super Thunderbike Sport there. And third place will go to Greg Pym.
3 points away.
So there we go.
Joe White, Adam Jameson,
Sean Wallace.
Sean Wallace. Yeah.